In business, in fitness, in TOEFL speaking, you can't improve what you don't measure. It's true. So before you try and fix anything, ask yourself one question. What am I measuring? What are the metrics? Because if you're not measuring it, you can't manage it. And if you can't manage it, you can't improve it. Here's what many TOEFL speaking teachers get wrong, in my opinion. They rely on their years of experience to make these subjective judgments, which are vague, right? About a test that's now scored, by the way, entirely by AI. So a teacher might say something like, oh, that sounded really good, or that was fluent, or your pronunciation is improving, something like that. But the new TOEFL speaking isn't about how something sounds to a teacher, okay? It's about what the data says. The test measures your speech in numbers, rate, rhythm, pausing, precise measurements, not opinions. TOEFL speaking isn't about opinions anymore, okay? It's about measurement. So when I coach students, I did it for years and years, I saw this problem over and over again. Students, many of them, were operating on a false set of assumptions, these limiting beliefs, either insecurities about their own English, vague statements they picked up from a friend or heard from a teacher. They'd come to class and they'd say, oh, my grammar is bad, or I need better vocabulary, right? They'd repeat these opinions that they heard, and they'd be pouring hours into the wrong things, trying to solve the wrong problems, and their scores wouldn't move. So that's when I started really digging into the data, the speech rater data, thousands and thousands of TOEFL speaking responses, feature by feature, because I wanted to know for sure. I wanted to prove to the world like what actually moves a TOEFL speaking score. Okay. And to date, I've analyzed over 100,000 responses. And the pattern is undeniable. The single strongest predictor of total TOEFL speaking score is fluency, meaning how fast, how smooth, how naturally you speak. Students operate on false assumptions. The data shows that fluency is what moves the score. So, in the old rubrics, notice ETS had this construct called delivery. It's a very specific construct. Compared to the new interview task, the label's gone, but look, the measurement remains. Good conversational pace, natural use of pauses, rhythm and intonation that convey meaning. These sound like qualitative statements, but they're really measured. They're scored quantitatively. SpeechRater quantifies all of that through speaking rate, dimensions like pause frequency, distribution of pauses, over 100 features of your speech, right? And those are the numbers that drive your TOEFL speaking score. And this is exactly why I built my speaking score to make TOEFL speaking measurable. I wanted to bring some science to TOEFL speaking prep to help test takers replace all these assumptions and insecurities with data to see exactly what the AI scores and what you need to do to improve your score so you can be working on the right thing, okay? Because you can't improve what you don't measure. But now you finally can. So if you're preparing for TOEFL speaking, please visit my speaking score. Take a look at our practice tests. Take a look at how data can help you gain insights into your TOEFL speaking performance so you can work on the right thing. Stop guessing, start measuring, start improving.